It'd be good. It'd be good if I added myself to the bloody stream, wouldn't it? Welcome everybody to the Tarda Zone. You're probably wondering what the story is and why I'm actually streaming in the afternoon. Well, the wife is watching Love Bleeding Island. She's catching up on the episodes that she missed. So I decided, why not do a stream? Let's do something completely different. So what I've decided to do is do. I thought it was going to be hard, but me guest has already figured out his top five. I still haven't. I do know what my number one is, but I don't know how I'm going to get to there. So we'll have to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to do David Tennant's top five Doctor Who episodes. And with me for this special stream is the one and only, he's a legend. He comes all the way from Scarrow and he settled down in Scotland. It's the one and only Scottish Davros.
Hello, good morning or afternoon, depending on wherever you are, around the world. I don't tell you. Oh,
I'm good, man. I'm good, and disaster area is in the chat, and he's like, surprise afternoon stream. Yeah. Well, I actually got a good sleep. Kind of got my sleep pattern to some sort of normality now. I'm just hoping now I can keep it up. But yeah, as I said, Cheryl's watching Love Island. She's catching up on the episodes that she missed because both of her sleep patterns have been all over the place. So she's got about 4 episodes to catch up on. So, I have a bit of free time. So I'm in here in the bedroom. She's in the sitting room. And I said, why not do something? And I actually said it to Daniel only about a half an hour ago. So this is like on the fly. And he's already sorted out what his top 5 is. So without any further ado, I suppose, we might as well start their top 5 countdown. So this is how it's going to go. Both myself and Daniel are going to give our number 5s. Daniel's going to give a reason why he picked this episode. And then I'm going to do the same with my one as well. So without further ado, I think we will start with our guest. So, Daniel, what is your number 5, your top 5, your number 5 David Tennant Doctor Who episode? Which episode gets your number 5 spot?
I'm going to actually start with, I'm going to start with the on the way, but some probably because it's entered the option to on an oboe and of her as a character, and it's my favorite. And it's my favorite Christmas special out there. Or believe it or not, and it's just a really fun it's just a really fun story. And every time I go back to and every time I go back to that episode, all my memories just come back to me instantly. Yeah, being a and it was awesome shown. So yeah, they're on the way bright as my number 5.
Well, my number 5 is actually going to be David Tennant's second episode in season 1 that he did, his first season, which is Tooth and Claw.
Yeah.
For me, I love that episode. I even love the intro to that episode. I don't mean the music. I mean where the priest goes up, the priests all go up to the farm, and then they're talking to the head of the farm, and then you get the crap kicked out of them because the priests are all bald-headed ninjas and are going around kicking the crap. But It's David Tennant's second episode, obviously. In this one, he gets to use his Scottish accent as well as using the English accent. And I had Queen Victoria in it and a werewolf. What isn't there to like? And it's a good steady start actually for David Tennant. Of course, his first episode obviously was the Christmas invasion, but I'm going with the series. I'm not going to do any specials here with that. We'll do a top 5 specials with all the doctors included to do that one. So I should have actually said that, Daniel. I don't know if Daniel has specials in his top 5 when he did
Yeah, I have
the
to
Made
run.
Bride, but I
Have to
suppose.
run away, but
Oh no, listen, we'll
can't
leave it because I
keep.
made the mistake. So for now, for this top
Yeah,
5, we'll just leave it. But I should have really said. But I'm gonna pick Tooth and Claw anyway because they travel back to 1879 and it's in the Scottish Highlands. You know, it's got Queen Victoria. David Tennant gets to use his Scottish accent, and it follows. You know, it follows New Earth, which also
yeah.
had Lady Cassandra in it in the first episode, but I thought that was pretty weak compared to the next episode. So for me, Tooth and Claw is in my number 5 spot. So let's go on to our number 4s, and we'll go back to Daniel. So Daniel, what is your number 4 David Tennant uh, episode? Top 4.
Uh, man, before what is actually within kill. Oh, and the reason why I put the as a bit higher on my list is because it's got some great action sequences in it. It's got some great action sequences in it with the unks, and I enjoyed the cast in it, and like he said, Tennant gets to use his actual Scottish accent, which I felt was a nice touch to the episode, and terms of in terms of the actual and in terms of the actual monster design, I think the werewolf is probably one of the best designs within the revived era, to be honest with you. So that's why I think all gets my war from me.
Lovely. Well, I'm going to very interestingly because I've been looking through his episodes, and my number 4 is actually going to be Blink. Now, I know I do say that Blink is an overrated Weeping Angel story, but for a David Tennant story, you know, and I know he doesn't feature much, but when he does, it's actually quite good. So I'm gonna go with Blink, believe it or not. And I know he doesn't feature much in it, but
Yeah.
that would be my number 4 in my top 4. I have to be honest. And I know he's not in it that much, but when he is in it, when when the DVDs have the Easter egg in it, Sally and Larry, if you remember Larry, when Larry's trying to figure it out, it's actually very well put together. And David Tennant is not in it that much, but for me, Blink is going to get my number 4 spot. I know that's going to be a bit controversial to some people out there, but there you go. That's my number 4. Daniel, what do you think of me number 4?
Yeah, I mean, I think It's a really good choice for your number.
Right.
After,
Okay.
uh,
Well, yeah, some people in the chat thought that'd be controversial because he's not in it as much. But let's go to where number 3 is then. Right. So,
uh,
Daniel, what is your top 3 Doctor Who David Tennant episode? What gets in your top? What's your number 3?
I've not even gave my number. Oh yeah, we're on 3. Oh yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting.
No,
Um, so number number 3, yeah, I'm going to actually give it. Only actually give it to Ethan Jones actually because I think I think it's a show you kind of need to have a bit of variety when it comes to Doctor Who, and like Smith and Jones is a more light-hearted sort of episode, but there's like some sinister moments in between as well with your woman that kind of sucks the bill. I doubt if people, which I found to be an interesting concept as well, and I've always had a soft spot for the June as well. I don't know why, but I've always kind of, I've always kind of like to the June for some reason.
Yeah, interesting choice actually. Interesting choice. Yeah, number 3. Not bad. Smith Jones. It is. It's actually a good story. I have. Yeah. The first. I mean, it's the first proper look at Martha Jones, isn't it, as well?
Yeah,
And she does save the Doctor's life in that. But here is my
yeah,
number 3. My number 3 is the Fires of Pompeii.
yeah,
Now, the reason why I picked this story is because I think it's some of the best scenes that we get between David Tennant's Doctor and Catherine Tate, especially when she's asking him to just save someone, and you can see the emotion in his face and her face, and he knows that you know he'd love to do something, but as he said himself, he'd love to go back and save his own people, right?
yeah,
But he knows that he can't. And she begs him and she begs him. But the story itself, from start to finish, is just brilliant. And it does have a future Doctor in it as well, in Peter Capaldi. But for me, it's going to be the Fires of Pompeii. I love that story. You all know I'm a huge fan of the Fires of Pompeii. Anyway, and that will
yeah,
get me number 3 spot. I think me number 2 is gonna surprise a lot of people actually. I mean, number 1 is probably gonna surprise a lot of people, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Fires of Pompeii. I love that story, and it's
yeah,
definitely in my top 3 David Tennant episodes. So for me, Fires of Pompeii. So now we're coming down to the real nitty gritty, the top 2. So we'll start with Daniel. What is your number 2 David Tennant Doctor Who episode?
My number 2 David and episode is actually oh yeah there's a couple of reasons why I am for Utopia. First, um, is because Captain Jack's in it, um, and I've always really enjoyed that character, and John Barrowman is a pretty good performer as usual. Secondary reason is because of the reveal at the end of the master being revealed with the of arch, because I think that's one of the best kill of hangers that the show's ever produced, and um, um, and basically all the best character among the instant cast of the cast pretty strong as well, and my only way you can tell in about the whole episode is because about the is because about the of a scene or a or a jack BSM
Yeah,
as because I felt that he had a pretty good performance in season one. Well, but overall it's a really strong episode.
yeah, it is. Utopia actually is a good story. Now, are you including the sound of drums in that? You can include because it is a two part. It
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the one story, but it is in two parts. So yeah,
yeah,
look, it is. I do agree. The first episode in particular is a lot better than the second one, but we do judge. Obviously, it is the one story. So yeah, I think that's pretty impressive. But here's my one. Here's my number two.
yeah.
So it's actually Human Nature and the Family of Blood is in my number two spot. I don't think I really need to say much about this episode because we watched it recently, and I think everybody understands what that story, what story that episode, those two stories, that story was trying to tell because it's one
Yeah.
story in two parts. Very good, very emotional. The David Tennant's acting in this is absolutely superb because if you think about it, he's not playing the doctor in this; he's playing the human, and then he does. Then, as you know, near the end, then he becomes the doctor again. He does feature in this story quite a lot, but a lot of people would probably say that this is more a Martha Jones story, but it does have David. It's very interesting because he has a love interest in it. It's complicated for the doctor in this because, as Martha said, in one of the rules that he put down, he never figured that he'd fall in love. It never even equated to him. So when I see fans today saying that the doctor and all this should be paired with such and such, I kind of like, well, this episode kind of shows you the doctor never figured out that he'd fall in love, so he never put it down on the list. And that's why
Yeah.
Martha kept going back to the TARDIS to see, well, what happens if you fall in love? You know, she makes the point, well, you never put it because he never figured it out. So for me, that story um, deserves the number two spot. I think everybody probably knows what my number one is going to be. If anybody knows me, I think they will know what my number one is. But let's see what Daniel's number one David Tennant episode is. So, Daniel, drum roll.
The number one episode for me is Unknown. MS Unknown. MS Unknown. Uh, on me because because it demonstrates um because it demonstrates demonstrates to the audience how important the orc is to the rest of the universe, because and when he sort of eyes after honor changes has the and you get the um I'm it shows you the consequences it shows you the consequences and she's over changing history
Yeah,
and all, and all hell sort of breaks on, and then all hell sort of breaks on us. And to be honest, if you, I think that the show has to sort of do it and has to show some more of the consequences of changing history, because that's the most interesting concept of, and that's the most interesting concept of this episode, because it just turns into control um anarchy as soon as she changes history.
yeah. I, I love Turn Left, but it's not number one for me, and I'll explain in a minute. Uh, but I do like your choice. For
Yeah,
me, though, that's more of a catch and take. But I suppose I did do it earlier on with my episode that I picked. I hadn't got David Tennant in it too heavily, but I can understand. And you are right. Uh, that story for me stands out, and I can understand why it's in the number one spot. For the simple fact is, they did try something different. What would the world be like if there was no doctor? If the doctor had died, what all those
yeah,
things that he had done, what would actually happen? And we got to see some of that, and it was very fascinating. And you're right, it does go into anarchy, absolute
yeah,
anarchy. But it goes to show you, it was a very good example of what the world and the universe would be like if there was no doctor. And it's not
yeah,
a nice place, you know.
yeah,
So yeah, I can understand your number one, but here's my number one. My number one David Tennant Doctor Who episode, without a shadow of a doubt, is Midnight. And the reason why I
yeah, I
picked
can see
Midnight,
why.
it's because it's just David Tennant. Catherine Tate doesn't feature in this episode much at all. She's in it at the very start, and then she's in it at the very end when he's trying to get her, convince her to go with him. She says no, she's gonna, stay beside the pool. And then David Tennant gets on this little transport. And then at the start, you see it, nobody's talking to each other, and then he knocks off, he does the thing with his screwdriver, and then they all start talking to each other, and then the transport stops. And that's when all the stuff starts happening. Now, the tension build up in that episode was quite extraordinary, in my opinion. But what stood out was David Tennant's performance, and obviously, the actress that was beside him. What's her name? Something Leslie. I can't think of her name. I do
Yeah,
apologize.
um, yeah, because she was on Scott and Bale,
Yeah, Scott and Bailey,
wasn't
that
she?
actress. Yeah, she
Yeah,
was fantastic in it. They bounced off each other very well. It was a very clever episode. The dialogue was superb. I mean, even the concept of repeating, and then eventually, then it skipped past where it was talking before. It was just quite breathtaking. And I have to be honest, that's one of David Tennant's best performances as the Doctor. This is David Tennant without all the messing that he used to do. This is just David Tennant's Doctor stripped down and vulnerable.
yeah,
And you get to see an amazing performance by David Tennant. And a Midnight for me is the number one David Tennant episode, without a
yeah,
shadow of a doubt. I've said it many times. I love that story. I would have loved to see a follow up on the main show itself to that story,
yeah,
because it did kind of end on a cliffhanger. Because remember, Donna does ask the
yeah,
doctor, "What do you think it is?" And he actually says, "Of no idea, no idea." And he
yeah,
genuinely, it freaked him out, because when Donna repeats a certain line, he said, "No, don't ever say that again. No, no, no." Like, so, I have to be honest. For me, it's Midnight. For me, it's Midnight. So what we'll do is, look, before we do go, because we'll make it a 30-minute stream. We've got 5 minutes left. How about the guys in the chat, right? And what me and Daniel will do is we'll rotate and we'll call out as our top fives. So if you would like to give us our top five David Tennant, uh, Doctor Who episodes or stories, wherever which way you want to put it. Remember, you can't pick two-parters and you can't pick specials. Now, I could have picked Waters and Mars as well. There's plenty I could have picked. But what we'll do is sometime in the next few weeks, myself and Daniel will come back again and we'll do our top 5 festive specials, or Christmas specials as we call them. And we'll do our top 5 Christmas specials or something. Because there's loads of them anyway. So we could pick 5. Well, it'll be a lot harder for me because festive Christmas specials, I should say, they're either hit or miss. And there's a lot of miss rather than hit.
Yeah,
so,
and yeah, again, it's a piece of cake for me. I've already.
Of course, it's a piece of cake for you. Right. Not in any order. Well, it'd be nice if you could give them in order of. But if you can't, then just name your top 5 in any particular order, and we'll read them out then. So yeah, we'll wait for you guys to do that. And while we're waiting, we'll get Daniel to do his channel shout out. Actually, while we're waiting on you guys, then we'll do the rotate, and then we'll leave it there. Now, I am hoping. Actually, it has been planned. I am hoping. I won't tell you who it's with, but I am doing a pre-record. Now, I do hope to have it up before we do the New Who watch along tonight. If not, it will follow directly after the New Who watch along. It'll be scheduled after the New Who watch along. So there'll be a time limit on the New Who watch along to the 2 episodes. We're going to be pretty quick on that one because I do have a pre-record to throw up that a lot of you will be interested in. If that actually it has been arranged for later on, hopefully nothing changes. And if nothing changes, I will be having that pre-record. Daniel knows who it's with, but that's because he was on today, so I decided to let him in with a little secret. So Daniel will tell you. It'll be worth checking out later on.
Yeah,
so we'll be doing classic Doctors as well. Don't worry. We will be doing classic Doctors as well. Daniel will tell you when I tweeted him. I did actually suggest classic Doctors, but I thought I'd make it easier for us, and we'll start off with a New Who Doctor. But we will be doing classic Doctors as well, because I'm pretty sure that'll cause an awful lot more controversy. Everybody has their favorite episode, and if you pick an episode that's somebody in a certain position, there's gotta be controversy. I'm telling you. But yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I'll get Daniel on to do the classic Doctor with me as well. So, guys, he's want to give you our top 5 Doctor Who, David Tennant. Daniel, you can read that out first if you want to go first with that one.
Okay, so the Doctor said 5 to different 4 ages. Did you study the files of Pompey and through the Shakespeare Code? That's another very good choice, by the way. And number 1 is Utopias with some very strong choices.
Yeah, very strong. You've got 2 from season 4, and you've got 3 from season 2. Sorry, 2 from season 2, I should say. No, I'm getting confused now. You've got 1 from season 2. You've got Age of Steel is in season 2 as well. I'm right. So hold on. You've got 2 from season 2, 1 from season 4. Shakespeare Code was season 3, and Utopia was season 3. Good choices. Actually, good choices. Shakespeare Code is another one. Again, there's so many. David Tennant does have a lot. That's why I narrowed it down to top 5, because it can be controversial because there'll be some left out. That people think that should be in there. So that's the 3rd Doctor's top 5. If any of you other guys in the chat would like to throw in your top 5, and I'll read out the next top 5 from one of our guests. So, one of our. What I'll do is while we're waiting. Oh no, here's Matthew Pounder. Right, so his top five is the Christmas Invasion, Blink, Gridlock, Torn Left, and Midnight. He has Midnight at his number one, two. Oh no, he just said top five, so I don't know which one is he's number one. But Midnight is in there again, another good choice as well. Christmas Invasion, I could have put that in. Gridlock, I love that as well. And Daniel did put Torn Left in his. There's Disaster Areas one if you want to read that one out.
Disaster areas is Girl in the Fireplace, I think that is. Silence in the Library, Human Nature, Bill Inc., and The Impossible Pill. And again, some really strong choices.
Yeah, I know. See, when you said it was easy, right? I was like, it's not going to be easy, but obviously you had yours straight away. But it is difficult when you look at these choices now. It's
Yeah,
like it is hard to pick, but that's why I wanted to narrow down to top because if we did a top 10, it'd be easier. But yeah, some really strong choices there from all of you guys. If there's any more before we head off, please put them in. But what I'll do now is while we're waiting on if there's any more options to come up, we'll see if anybody else puts any more the top five in. So I'm happy to get Daniel to do his channel shout out. So Daniel, go ahead, let everybody know what you have up and coming on your channel. And I just want to say, but by the way, thank you for coming on and doing this with me because I wanted to do something slightly different and a bit of fun. And I think we've had some fun. It's been
yeah.
interesting actually to see everybody's choices. I'm just, blown away. Go ahead, Daniel, anyway.
Well, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. UK time, myself and Charlotte will be reviewing episode 2 on a series 2 of Aina Ju because we're on because we're on the second series now and we'll be reviewing the first episode of that tomorrow night from 7 o'clock. We usually keep those reviews to around about an hour and a half because the episode is only an hour long, so it would make sense to do an hour and a half review so that we can get other ratings on the episode and stuff like that. But check it out, guys, because it's something because it's something different that the two of us are really getting and are passionate about it, and I just wanted to do something a bit different and like artistic on on my channel.
Fantastic, Daniel, and you're doing some great streams. Keep it up, mate.
Yeah,
Yourself and Charlotte are knocking it out of the park. Really have to say, Real Super Doctor says the Christmas Invasion. Obviously, is that your number one. But just for anybody that has come in late, and we're about to finish now in a second. But for anybody that has come in late, do us a favor, actually. In the comment section when this stream goes up and stays up, leave your top 5 David Tennant episodes in the comment section. So then when we go and do the next video on the next Doctor, then we'll read out some of the people that we've missed, or people that have joined the stream late. Leave your top 5 and we'll read them out at the start of the next stream. So I do have plans to do Matt Smith. So we'll do the new Who Doctors first, right? So I have plans to do Matt Smith, Peter Capaldi, obviously. Now, Christopher Eccleston only has one season. So, I mean, if you want to pick a top 5 out of that, or we could do a top 3 maybe with his Doctor, let me know. But we will do Christopher Eccleston as well. Then we'll do, obviously, as I said, Peter Capaldi and Matt Smith. I have someone planned to bring on for the Matt Smith one. But if anybody is interested in coming on for their top 5 Peter Capaldi, we'll do Peter Capaldi then as well. If you want to join me for the Peter Capaldi one, you're more than welcome. And remember, once we finish the new Who Doctors, Daniel will be back again with me, and we'll be doing a classic Doctor. I will have a word with Daniel off air, and we'll find out which Doctor we would like to do as our top 5. And hopefully we'll try get that stream out for you as soon as possible. As soon as Daniel has time, there's no pressure. So whenever Daniel's available, we will do it. And we'll pick a Doctor and we'll do it. Because as I said, for the next 6 or 8 weeks, I'm going to have a bit of time anyway. So, yeah, join us because we're going to have some fun. And let's see. Thank you for being a good friend to Daniel. Thank you, Noel. Listen, Daniel has been with me ever since I first started this YouTube channel. He's always been part of this channel. Even though he's got his own channel and doing his own thing, he is a big part of this channel, and the channel wouldn't be the same without him, and he knows that. So this is why, again, this was a new thing that I decided to do, and Daniel was the first person that I came to do this because, you know, he deserves that because he's been, as I said, he's been with me from day one, and he's always even had me back as well when he doesn't have to. And, you know, you see what he's doing on YouTube now. He's killing it. He's doing some great stuff on YouTube with Charlotte. So I'm very proud of him too. So yeah, he's a big part of this channel. Always will be. There's a few people that are a very big part of this channel, but Daniel is one of the main fixtures and always has been and always will be, hopefully, as long as I'm around on YouTube. And you know, if I ever have a new idea for a stream, he's always the first person I will go to anyway, with the idea and ask him to do it with me first. So that's why when we do the classic one, he'll be the first one on to do the top 5 classic Doctor Who, whatever Doctor we pick, because he's a friend, and you know, he's had my back and I've had his back, and you know that's what friends do. We look out for each other. And you know, he's got other friends out there as well that have his back and look after him as well. And he's got Charlotte, who has been very good for him, and he very good for her. Both of them have really done great on Daniel's channel, and they deserve all of the success that they're getting right now. And remember, if you are watching this stream, I will have the link description to Daniel's channel in the link description later on, so go and check it out for that stream tomorrow. So that is us done. I hope you have enjoyed this top 5 David Tennant Doctor Who stories from myself and Daniel. Some great choices from you guys as well also in the chat. As I said, if you are catching this stream a little bit late, don't worry, guys. Leave your top 5 David Tennant episodes in the comment section. We will read them out in the next stream, and we will do our next Doctor as we said. So that's a good afternoon from me, Daniel. Any last before we leave, pal?
And yeah, good afternoon. And there's a 12th of October said, he ain't. Yeah,
I just see we got a super sticker there from Chris Perzer. So hold on. Just before we do go, I obviously want to see what the super sticker is. I really appreciate that, Chris. And listen, thank you all for joining us this afternoon. I know you are probably all wondering what the hell. But as I said, I had a bit of time, so why not? As I said, I'm not going to sit there and watch Love Island. So it's not my cup of tea. So yeah, I just look at listen. Even when when I walked outside and I heard the thing and just listened to them talking, it does me head in.
Yeah,
Lack of intelligence on that show is startling. I don't know how these people become celebrities. I really don't. So the $5 Canadian super chat, it says good job, and it's a little fox in a suit. So thank you very much. Uh I really appreciate that, Chris, and thank you for modding and always being here for the streams as well. And to all the other mods as well that keep the chat a nice, safe environment for everybody. I really do appreciate it. And as I always say, myself and Daniel appreciate all the support from everybody out there. Trust
yeah,
me, without you guys, we know we wouldn't exist. So we appreciate everything that you guys do for us and for showing up every time we do a stream. We really do. You don't realize how much it actually does mean to us.
yeah,
I mean, we're ordinary guys, and we decided to come on YouTube and to discuss their feelings about a show that we all love, and to have the support that we do have is mind-boggling sometimes to me. But I really do appreciate it, and I just want to say, don't want to bring up the recent drama, but I will say for all of those that have come out in support of me after the slanderous claim made about me being homophobic, I just want to say to all of you that did uh, come out and actually say something on my behalf, to that person in particular, I just want to say thank you. That has meant a lot, because, listen, I get accused of all sorts of stuff on this channel, sexist, bigot, you name it. But the one thing I'm not going to tolerate is being called homophobic, because that is a blatant lie. Anybody that watches these streams anyway, or knows me, knows that that is blatantly untrue, and it's a falsehood, and it's sickening that there is someone out there that can basically go around, and this is what social media does anyway, guys. People can go on, it doesn't matter who it is, and they can make slanderous claims or libel claims against someone, libelous claims, and they can get away with it. And it shouldn't be allowed. So I just want to say thank you all to everybody, and this man here as well, because again, when that shit
yeah,
went down, he was one of the first ones like Lee to pipe up and say something. Eddie Escaro as well was the same. Dan from the Spacebook, I want to give him a shout out as well,
yeah,
because even he went in and felt compelled to say something. So I want to thank you all, because it's meant a lot, because it's upset me. It actually has, believe it or not. Because
yeah,
out of all the things that has been done to me over the years, or said to me over the years, that's the one thing that really upset me and annoyed me, because it's blatantly untrue and it's unfounded. It's disgusting, actually, that people can go around and say things about someone and get away with it. But look, going to leave it there, because, as I said, this was about David Tennant, and I think I've done well. I just wanted to get that off my chest anyway. But Daniel, listen, you're a legend. Thank you
yeah,
for joining me. And again, I know this was short notice, but you did come on. You never let me
yeah,
down. You're a little legend.
yeah,
And look, I just want to say to you personally, it's such a delight to see you now spread your wings and be on other people's channels and do what you're doing. I am absolutely so proud of you, and you should be proud of yourself as well. And never doubt yourself, because you've done some absolutely amazing things on YouTube. You're a credit to your generation, and keep it up. Keep it up, and never lose faith in your ability, because you are doing some great stuff, man. I love you, man.
yeah,
Right, I'm gonna stop
yeah,
now before I get all emotional, because it's been in a kind of an emotional week. But we'll leave it there. There's Lee. But seriously, man, you're a legend.
yeah,
Just
thank,
keep it
and
up.
yeah,
And the Cockney Spock as well. I'll say to you as well, mate. YouTube screws us all around, right? But the
yeah,
one thing to do as well, as I said to Daniel, don't lose faith. Keep the chin up and keep doing what you're doing, because trust me, you keep producing the streams that you do, you will you will get your audience. Trust me, and
yeah,
it doesn't matter what YouTube do. It will
yeah,
eventually happen. Look, it happened to me when I used to have 59 subs. I'd wait. Daniel will tell you this. We'd come
yeah,
on the next day, and then I'd have 40 subs or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Take them away. So it was a struggle even for me at the start. So listen, just keep doing what you're doing because you believe in what you're doing, and trust me, those people will come flocking to your channel. You're putting out some great content, and trust me when I say. Normally, when I say something, and I'm not, this is not being big headed, but everybody will tell you this. When I normally recommend a YouTuber and I say they're going to be big, or I guess that they're going to be big, I'm actually right most of the time. I mean, look at
Yeah,
the YouTubers that I said out there that were going to be big, that are big now.
yeah, and yeah, and can I just say as well, Orkney Spot deserves your support as well. So I would recommend you go over to Captain Courtney
Yeah.
Sports channel
Actually,
and
Lee is in the
give
chat.
it hype.
Lee is in the chat now. He's probably at the waking up from his sleep like myself. Do us a favour, Lee. Could you put Cockney Spock's channel in there? Put PJ Maybe's channel in there, Daniel's channel. Put your own as well, if
Yeah,
you can, before we head off. Again, I will put. Actually, do you know what I'll do? I won't only put Daniel's channel in the link description when I edit the not edit the video, but when I go in and I go into the description, I can put the channels. I'll put Cockney's and PJ Maybe's channel in the link description along with Daniel's and Lee's
yeah,
and the channels that I mentioned. Okay, and go and subscribe to them, folks, if you haven't. They're all good streamers, as I said, and as I said though, you should never. All he is out there, I'll say it to you. You will be when you start up a YouTube channel. You're gonna get bumps along the way.
yeah,
But the thing about it is to not let your head drop, right? You keep going, keep doing what you're doing. Look, I'm the perfect example. I never thought, and I keep saying this, and it's true. I never thought, listen, I used to say to Daniel when it was Daniel mostly listening to me, I used to say, Daniel, if you're the only one that ever that continued to still listen to me, I'd be happy with that because I'm reaching one person, right? That's
yeah,
what matters to me. But the fact that now we see it, the channel has grown, and a lot more yous are coming here, and yous are, supporting me and Daniel and everybody else. It really does. And as I said, we are nothing without you guys, and I'll never forget that. And Dan, I know Daniel will never forget that. We don't
yeah,
take advantage of you guys. We just want you to come here and have a good time, and obviously have the debates that we have, and talk about a show that we love, and discuss the problems with it. That's all I've ever wanted. And I'm glad, I'm proud. Look, I'm gonna say that I've been thinking a lot about this channel, right?
yeah,
And, I've been thinking about the reputation the channel has out there. And it doesn't have the best reputation, but I will say one thing about this channel. The one thing I am proud of, look at the chat. That's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of the little community that we've all built up. All of us. I don't take credit for this. You all deserve the credit for this. So thank you. Um, as I said, you guys make this channel. I just seen what.
yeah.
Oh, I know, Lee. It's ridiculous. I know, but
Oh
uh,
God.
it's funny, man. It's funny. It is the funniest thing. And then they backtracked, and then now they're trying to save face. It's so funny. It's so funny. Thanks for giving me a laugh because I've been quite emotional these last couple of days. I have to be honest. I don't know why, but for some weird reason, I needed that laugh. Um, but it's been, as I said, even today, I still bumps in the road. But you just pick yourself up and you keep going. And you're gonna have people out there always hammering you down you
Yeah,
know. But you just have to pick yourself up and keep going and believe in what you're doing. And I believe in what we're doing on this channel, and I believe in all of you guys,
yeah,
just like you believe in me. I'm proud of this community. It's the one thing that I am proud of this channel. That so many people that came to this channel are now friends with each other. And I'm proud of the fact that this channel has been the launching pad And I'm not being big-headed here. This channel has been the launching pad to a lot of YouTubers that are out there that some of you guys even actually follow and support. And I'm proud of
Yeah.
that too. And it is something to be proud of. So do you know what? Fuck the negativity. Forget about them. You know? At the end of the day, you know, when John Barrowman retweeted me, I saw that when 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 I saw the reaction from the other side. That was just pure jealousy. And that's all that was. I think Eddie of Scarrow described it the best on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to repeat it, but I think he described it best on Twitter. And it's just sad. It's just sad. At the end of the day, I genuinely was was proud of John Barrowman for what he
Yeah.
did, right? That pastor was a disgusting human being. And I'm a Catholic, right? And I'm even coming out. It's disgusting. To claim what that pastor claimed was disgusting. John Barrowman had every right to be angry. And because he retweeted something that I had written up, that rubbed them all up the wrong way. They're even accusing John Barrowman now of being right wing. Oh, they always end up going on to the right wing when they've been cancelled. No, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Because the fact of the matter is, I'm not the things that people call me. And you know what? I would say to people though, there's been a few people that have defended me but have tagged John Barrowman. Don't please. I know what you are trying to do. You are just, you have me back, and I love you for it. But don't tag John Barrowman. He's had enough to deal with himself. He doesn't need to get involved in crap that lies that people are saying about me. It's ridiculous. I don't to have to defend myself still to this day after 4 years of this crap. It's unbelievable. I just thought, it just boggles the mind now at this stage. But look, as I said, we all as YouTubers will face problems, but you just keep going, and that's what it's all about. And listen, as I said, we've done a lot of good things on this channel, and I'm proud of what we've done on this channel. Oh, Jesus Christ, Lee. I know. I know. Yeah, I know. I'm surprised they haven't sickly twisted that, you know, because you know what they're like. But very interestingly, it's funny how that particular person backtracked. But it doesn't matter anyway. Look, I've said enough about it. Me and Daniel will be back for a classic when we decide which doctor we're going to do, and I think I have an idea who probably will be, but we will be back for our top 5 wherever the classic doctor is. Now, as I said, if you haven't put our list in the chat, you can put it in the comment section and we will read it out for the next stream. But I want to thank me guest, the legend that is the Scottish Davros. As I said, Daniel, you keep doing what you're doing, mate. You're doing some great stuff out there. You deserve all the success that you got, and I'm glad that you hit your milestone that you wanted to hit. And let's hope we can get you to the next one. As I said, how dare you? Says Lee. Don't worry, Lee. These people will soon fade away into the background eventually because they don't have personality. So just. Look, they've been trying for 3 years, 4 years to get under my skin. Yes, they have a few times, but I'm still here. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm not going to stop either. So we got plenty of plans on this channel. As I said, pre-record maybe later on, and we do have our new Who watch along today. It's the Pandorica opens and the Big Bang. And get ready for a rant, folks, because I told you this was the 2-part story where Noel had problems with Stephen Moffat. And this is where I'll explain. Yeah. This is going to be fun. It's going to be fun. Now, don't get me wrong, even though there is a big flaw in this, the 2 stories themselves are actually pretty good. And I do like the wedding scene in particular. but it still doesn't make any sense, and I'll explain later. So join me for that, for some Pandorica Opens and the Big Bang. So we finished season 5, and then we're into season 6, which a lot of you don't like. Well, actually, you like the fourth 6A, you don't like 6B. That's the problem. It's the second half of that season that's not the greatest, is it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting actually how people react to it. But yeah. So join me, Roy. Me and Daniel are off now. We're gonna enjoy a well-deserved little break. Um, but I'm glad that a lot of you came in this afternoon to join us, and I hope to do a few more of these afternoon streams. And as I said, if people are interested in joining me to give me their top 5 Peter Capaldi stories, let me know in the comment section as well when you are giving you our top 5 list, if you already haven't, of David Tennant's top 5 episodes, what they are to you. And don't forget to hit that like button on the way out, as Lee has said. And don't forget, I'll put Alpha is in the chat as well. I will actually put Alpha Omega's channel also in the link description when this goes up. Okay, so check out all those YouTube channels. I know Lee has put them in the chat, but if you haven't checked them out, they'll be in the link description as well. Check them out and leave your top 5 David Tennant episodes. We will read them out in the next stream. That's it for me for now. Daniel, say good afternoon and see you later.
Yeah, good afternoon. You see if chat will talk to you tomorrow over on my channel, but see, until then, you safe everybody.
See you later, folks. We'll talk to you soon. Have a good one. Stay safe, and we'll see you here later on. And as I said, we will have a little surprise for you after the watch along. I do have a pre-record. I'm actually having a guest on later, hopefully in the next hour or so. I'll have to give them a shout, and if they did say they're available, so if we can get them on, then I'll have a pre-record after the watch along tonight. So loads going on the Tartar Zone, so check it out. See you later, folks. Bye.
Yeah.